Hello, everyone. Thanks for allowing me to be a part of your day. And as always, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, as it really helps me out a lot. Today, I want to talk to you about your life's purpose for everyone, which is happiness, health, and wealth. The reason for this topic is that there's a buzzword right now that people throw around, which is life's purpose. When we think of life's purpose, it's easy to understand our life's purpose to be an individual pursuit. But in actuality, we're all one and the same, in that we all have an end goal, which is to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. If you doubt me, ask yourself, why do you wake up every morning if it's not for the sake of good health, so you hope to have good health? Why do you work if it's not for the sake of building wealth? And most importantly, why do you do the things you do in life if it's not for the sake of finding happiness? At our core, we're all simple beings, yet we're very complicated. And to achieve our greatest self, we have to remember the basics and work our way up. So let's talk a little bit about this basics and how you can make, that a part of your journey. And before I go any further, I want to give credit to the book by Price Pritchard called U Squared. Because when he wrote this book, his purpose was to help those who wanted to make a quantum leap in their life. Quantum leap. He defines quantum leap using the term quantum physics. According to the author, quantum physics is described as the science that's responsible for many breakthroughs in technology, space, communication, and nuclear energy. So how can we make this a part of our lives? And how can we implement this in our day-to-day strategy for living out our life's purpose? So in order to make a quantum leap in our life, there are certain actions we must take now to see these results. And today, I would like to discuss with you these actions and give you insight as to how to effectively grow in your life's purpose, as well as get all you want, which is happiness, health, and wealth. So action number 1, change your personal rules for results. Understand that unconventional results call for unconventional approach. How do you measure the results you're currently getting? Sometimes we determine our happiness to be tied to material acquisitions. How many times have you heard something like this? I'll be happy when I just get that new job. Or I'll be happy when I buy my dream car. We tie our happiness to things that as soon as we acquire them, our brain goes for a new search for the next big thing. Think about success of companies like Apple or even the automobile companies. In most cases, these companies are always banking on the next big product. If you have an iPhone 12, in less than 6 months, you need an iPhone 13. So you can keep up with the Joneses. Imagine tying your happiness to something like that. The goalpost would always move, so also will be the ability for you to be happy. Action number 2. Quit trying harder. Have you ever wondered why it seems like the harder you try, the less you gain? It happens in all walks of life. Sometimes the more of the same gives us exactly that, which is more of the same. And it's pretty sad how it works. So what happens with our process when we think we need to only try as hard as possible, especially when we're not getting the results we seek? So there's a story in the book about a fly trying so hard to break out of a closed space. That fly sees the outdoors, but the only problem is this: there's a glass ceiling. So no matter how hard that fly tries, he never makes it out, and eventually he dies from exhaustion. That's the way we live our lives sometimes. The sad reality is, if the fly just turned around and flew about 10 seconds away from that glass ceiling, there was an open door, a way to freedom. How many times in our pursuit of wealth have we tried so hard that we end up giving up the ghost? Have you ever heard of somebody that walked to death? Is working really hard something and the only way to build your wealth? Action number 3. Think beyond what common sense would allow. There are times in our lives that we need to try new methods. We need to think beyond what our common sense would allow. Have you ever heard of someone given a terminal diagnosis, yet somehow that person survived that diagnosis? We call that person a walking miracle, right? But have you ever wondered why? And I have a personal example so close to home for me. My mother died of cancer, but when she was diagnosed, she was told she only had 3 months to live. She lived for 6 years after her diagnosis. Out of those 6 years, she was in pretty good health for at least 4 of the 6 years. She was strong enough to live a relatively normal life. And now the contrast was the same time that my mother was diagnosed with cancer, her best friend, which also happened to be a distant cousin of hers, was also diagnosed with the same type of cancer. Her best friend died in less than 30 days from her diagnosis. I asked my mom, how come that happened? My mom's words to me were, every time she spoke to her best friend kept repeating to her that the illness was going to kill her. She seemed to somehow accept dying as the only alternative. I know, this is an extreme situation. And some of you might say, but even with your mom's thinking, that was beyond, common sense that would allow it. She still died. And to those of you, I say, look at the contrast. See how 2 people experiencing the same situation, yet one lived and the other accepted common logic from the experts. Do you have a similar story? Have you ever made to wonder yourself how you were able to not accept unconventional or conventional wisdom? The process of living out one's life's purpose seems to follow some common sense principle, yet it always happens to be one of the most difficult processes to follow. So I'm going to have to do something today to bring you into a new light. I want to do this. I want to help you stay excited about living out your life's purpose. I'm going to ask you that you not only listen to this video, but instead you decide today to make a conscious effort to make your life's purpose your priority. Ask yourself, in any situation you find yourself, how is this serving my life's purpose? Always gauge the steps you're taking in every action. And most importantly, ensure that you spend every day you've been gifted being happy, staying healthy, and most importantly, building your wealth. I want to say thank you again for listening to my channel. In the description below, I have 2 courses that I've created, and for those of you who want to either build passive income through real estate investing, or for those of you who are interested in advancing your career and making moves to build your wealth portfolio. I have a mortgage analyst underwriting course for you that you can take to help you land a job making close to $100,000 a year. Of course, with the big banks, because in my corporate life before I became a YouTuber, I worked with the big banks, the financial institutions. So I put together a great tutorial on how to land that job as an analyst. Check it out, share your thoughts with me. And again, I'm grateful for getting a chance to spend your day with me. So appreciative of you all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content. Peace.